You're not bad with money, you're just playing a game designed for you to lose. That $100 in your wallet, it's worth less every single day, and that's not a mistake. It's the entire point.
Hi, so today we are going to create another 0x100 style video. So let's begin. So as you can see over here, first the coin comes in with the text, okay, and then it rotates. So what we are going to do is first let's write the text, which is "You are not bad with money." Hi everyone, I bring to you the Letone's video conference light. It has both clamp and stand edition. I have purchased the stand one, as you can see on my desk. Now let's switch off the lights. You can see that it is lighting up my whole setup or room. As we get closer, you can see that it is a double-sided 8:2 lighting setup where the front and back both emit lighting. I have taken a shot of me reading. You can see how the light from the lamp lightens up the area for me to read properly. Also, you can tilt the panel according to your liking to get a better view of whatever you are reading. Now coming towards the setup, as you can see I am editing over here. The desk lamp is providing the light which I need to brighten up the whole area. I am ripping up my After Effects and editing. Up until now, I have had no issues with the lamp. The lamp works perfectly and is also very flexible, so I can use wherever and whenever I want it. Pad comes along with the lamp. If you click it, it will switch on. If you rotate it right side, then the level of brightness will increase, and similarly if you rotate it left, the level of brightness will decrease. As you can see, the color is changing from white to warm white if you hold and rotate your pad, okay. And also there are some on-screen controls on the panel of the lamp. So if you just click on the power button, it will switch on, and by up and down arrows you can increase the level of brightness and decrease it, and by switching the last one you can change the color. For the animation, you can see there is this simple fade in, okay, opacity fade in animation over here, as you can see, okay. This is a slide up, and then this is a simple animation. Select the first subtitle, animate, and click on opacity, make this 0, okay. Click on end keyframe, go ahead, again click on the end keyframe, go to the start and make this 0, make the start to 100. Okay, so we'll get this, but we want it word by word, as you can see over here. So let's head on to our advanced section. Under characters, let's make it words. So we'll get this animation. You're not bad. Now for the second part, again we'll open this, animate, and as you can see over here, it's directly coming in, okay. It's not fading, just slide up, okay. So we can do this without animating. Just hit on P for position, okay. I'll select this, hit U to see the keyframes, okay, where it is ending. So over here it is ending on the last keyframe, the first text. So around at the end I will start the next animation of pad, okay. So this will be the keyframe over here. Go ahead and again at position keyframe, go to the start, and let's drag it down a bit, okay. Select this F9, and then let's drag this towards the left, and now I'll be simply cutting it from the start. Let's cut this till here, okay. Now the animation which we did here, okay, so I'll just copy this animator one and head on here, okay. Let me just hit U on this, okay, to see where it is ending. Then click on this with money and Control V to paste it. So you'll get this same animation. But we don't want same animation as this. We want it to move up. So just head on to Add, Property, and then Position. Okay. And just drag the position down. Okay. So you'll get this animation. Now simply we have to hit U on this. Bring them closer. F9 and drag this towards the left. So we'll get this animation. Select the ellipse tool. Make sure the fill is, solid, and let's make it white. While holding shift and dragging with your mouse, make a perfect circle. Click on Control Alt Home to bring the anchor point towards the center. Okay, let's place it over here. Now right click, then head on to Layer Styles and select Inner Glow. Now copy my settings of the inner glow. Okay, and so you get this, and now simply rename this to white part. Okay, and then I'll hit Control D to just copy this. Okay, and let's rename this to our black part. As you can see over here, let me zoom this in. The edges are more darker, and at the center it's a bit grayish. Okay, this black part and this edges are darker. So to do that, again, to simply open your layer styles. Okay, as we copied this, so this will have the same layer styles. Now simply select this and make this gray. Okay, and select the fill and make it dark black. So as you can see at the edges you have got dark black. Okay, simple as that. Now just make it S, hit S and make it small. New text, hit the dollar sign and just bring it on top of this to make the coin. Let's make it a bit small. Okay, something like this. Now as you can see, we have matched our design. Okay, now to make this part 3D, as you can see, when it's rotating, it is 3D over here. So to make the part 3D, what we are going to do is first select these three, okay, consisting the coin. Control Shift C and let's, hit OK. Then I'll head on to File, Scripts, and select my 3D extruder. Okay, so this is a free script. Okay, so what you can do is head on to YouTube and type download 3D extruder free, and then just there will be a video with the link in description. Just download it and import the script into your After Effects. Now I'll use this. Okay, bring it over here, select this. Okay, and then hit extrude. Now as you can see, if I hit R for rotation and rotate it in the X, you can see it has become 3D. Now for the animation part, so what happens? It comes up, rotates, and then goes down and breaks. Okay, I'll select this, go ahead till here, click on the position keyframe, go to the start and drag this down. Okay, so it will come up something like this. Okay, as you can see over here, it comes in fast. So I'll select this, F9. Okay, and to make it come in fast, what I'm going to do is drag this over here and make this like this. Okay, and from here I'll do the rotation. So I'll hit Shift and R for rotation, and from here, just before the keyframe ends, I'm going to hit X rotation and go ahead, again hit the X rotation and rotate this once. I think I need to make it go up more, so I'll just drag this up. Select this, F9, drag this towards the left. Again hit position keyframe, go ahead, again hit position keyframe, and at the last, I have to just bring it down over here. Okay, select the keyframes and make a steep mountain like this, and we have to cut at this point. So let's see the animation first. Hit U, okay, and just select and select the last keyframes, and you can see this peak. You have to cut here to get that effect. We need to cut the background. Okay, we don't need the text anymore. Just select all of this, hit Alt and right bracket, and then put it over here. So you'll get this. It's zooming in also a bit. So select this, hit S, okay, go here and increase it to somewhat like this. You can see it is fast over here. You can also do it slow and smooth, but I want this fast, so I've kept it like this, okay, without smoothing it, just simple scale, okay. And from here, as you can see, we have to break it up and it will move out slowly and this will become blurred. So let's do that. So simply select this, bring in our pen tool, make sure this is selected, tool creates mask. Now just make something like this with the pen tool. Okay, hit Ctrl D to copy this, open the mask and select inverted to get this side. Okay, now if you see, you can separate these. So from here, what we can do is hit P on both of them, go ahead and just slowly separate them. So just bring this out like this, select this one and bring it out like this. So it's too fast, select this, F9, okay, we want this very slow, so I'll just put it like this and drag the end keyframes a bit far. And now effects and presets, search for Gaussian blur and put it on this. Click on the blurriness, go ahead and increase it. Okay, now just copy this and I'll paste it over here. I'll select my Gaussian blurs, okay, the starting point, and bring it a bit inside. What we are going to do is basically make our this thing, what is this person, okay. So to do that, we are going to do the same things. First select this, our ellipse tool, okay, make a circle, Control Alt Home, make sure to make it a bit darker green, and then again head on to layer styles and select inner glow. Now copy my settings, okay, rename it to head, select ellipse tool again, make sure the fill is white and make small circles for the eye part, okay. Let me rename this to left eye, hit Ctrl D to copy this, bring it to the right side, let's rename this to right eye, make sure to make it 3D. So we have got this part now. Now again select the ellipse tool, make sure it is linear gradient, okay, and while holding shift just drag like this, okay, hit Ctrl Alt Home, let's rename this to body. Now I'm just going to, drag this, okay, to give it, this look. Put it over here. I think we have got similar look, but as you can see, let me zoom this in. There's a glow over here. Okay, so to do that, what we can do is simply right click, new adjustment layer, make this 3D too. I'm adding deep glow to it. Okay, and for now, let's deselect everything. Okay, except this part. Okay, I have deselected the eye icon on all of the things. Now simply select the pen tool, and while selecting the adjustment layer, we'll make a mask in this area. Okay, open this up and feather this out. Okay, at according to your liking. Okay, and then just select all of this. Okay, Control Shift C, and let's rename this to person. Hit OK. So now we have got this. Simply make it 3D, and we'll bring it somewhere around here. Re-enable everything. Okay, so when this separates, we'll bring this behind our layer. Okay, somewhere over here, and hit S to make it smaller. Now let's see the animation. So it is blurred, and then it is coming into focus and then going out. So now simply select Gaussian blur again and put it on this person. Okay, click on blurriness and increase it. Okay, and hit U. Let's bring the keyframe over here. Go ahead, and somewhere around here we can decrease it to 0. Okay, so what happens, this coin first doesn't have any blur, but when it breaks and goes apart, it becomes blurry. And the opposite happens with the person. The person has blur at the start, but when it comes into focus, it becomes de-blurred. Okay, so you can see over here. Okay, now what will happen is, as you can see over here, it is going towards the left, and then suddenly it becomes a piece of dollar. So now let's do that. From here, select this P for position. Go ahead, again position keyframe, and then bring it till here. Select this F9, and let's again make a steep mountain. What I'm going to do is select these everything, okay, meaning this these all coins. Hit Alt and right bracket to cut them out. Okay, and also this. Okay, make a new null object, make it 3D. Okay, and rename this to person control. Connect our person to this. Okay, I'll hit U on this. Okay, as you can see over here, the position. Okay, I'm just going to delete this. Now I'll just P for position. Go ahead somewhere around here, and again hit position keyframe and drag this towards the left over here. Select this F9 and make this a mountain, steep mountain, and then I'll simply just hit Alt and cut this too. Okay, so we'll get this. And from here, let's design this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is basically I'll just bring this into my layer. Okay, bring this video so that I can copy this design. Select the pen tool, make sure the fill is set to solid for now, and let's make the stroke something bright. Okay, red, make it less, around 5. Now I'll just simply trace this to make a copy. Rename this to shirt. Now let's make our pant. Okay, now let's rename this to pant and make it 3D too. Select the shirt. Okay, and let's select linear gradient, and let's make this black and this one will be white. Okay, delete our stroke for this. Similarly with our pant, we need to enable our linear gradient. Now I'll just I'll just disable this. Okay, select both of this at Alt and left bracket, and let's bring them over here. Now I'll again enable our this design. Let's put it at the top, and we need to now make our dollar. So now I just trace this. Now first select the rectangle tool, and let's make something like this. Okay, hit Control Alt Home to bring anchor point towards the center. Okay, select this. As you can see, the coloring is dark green over here and lighter over here. So I'll just select this, and let's make it dark green. Select this and make it lighter shade. Okay, something like this, and on top of that we'll do the design. So select our pen tool. Okay, let's rename this to inner dollar. Let's hit Control Alt Home, make it 3D too, and bring it over here. Now we have to change the coloring. So I'll select this, then open this. Okay, select this part, and let's select this color, select this part, and select this color. Hit OK. Then I'll just head on inside this our coin, copy these all, cut this, and simply just paste it over here. Okay, make all of that 3D. Select all of this. Let's rename this to dollar coin. Make it 3D. Hit S. Make it small. Put it here at the center. And you can change the design. Okay, let me keep it like this. Just change the color and design, and it's same. And then it's written here $100. Okay, so again, new text, make it 3D again, Control Alt Home, S, and make it small. Hit R for rotation, and just put it over here. Now the design is almost same on this one. Now we have to simply select all of this and hit Ctrl Shift C and right here dollar, hit OK, make it 3D. Okay, now let's disable this, and as you can see there is a line over here to indicate a pocket. So we are going to make that by using our pen tool. Okay, we are going to select our pen tool, make sure the fill is off and the stroke is white. Also the stroke should be very thin. Let's make a curve over here, and now in the reference video you can see that it comes inside. So just around here I'll simply select this, my dollar, hit P for position, go ahead and I'll just also hit Shift and R for rotation and hit Z. Go ahead and make sure that it turns. Okay, make sure that this starts from here. Select this F9 and then make it faster at the start and slower towards the end. Now you can see over here that when the dollar comes inside, okay, this part is going out of the pocket, but we want to stop over here. Like in this video, as you can see over here, it is stopping over here. So to do that, what we'll be doing is we'll be using the concept of masking. So I'll just select my pocket, okay, and then select my pen tool, click over here, okay, and then make something like this, okay. Extend it out. Yeah, enable fill. Let's do the linear gradient. First I'll put the dollar above, then toggle switches mode, track matte this, okay. So as you can see, you have got this feature, okay, but now when it is over here it is not visible. So to make that visible, what we have to do is basically hit Ctrl D, okay, to make a copy of the dollar and deselect the matting from here, okay. When this is over here, we can simply just hit Alt and right bracket to cut it, okay. You can see you've got this. Now simply we'll just make another line. Just click on your pen tool, delete the fill, and just make a line over here, simple as that, for the pocket, okay. As you can see, you have got this. Now I'll just cut this from here so the pocket is not visible at the start. Now let's see our total animation. Okay, hope you learned something new from this video, and see you again in the next.